morning, all of you. In our today's lecture of class 12th mathematics, we are going to continue with our exercise 8.6. In the last video, we had completed this exercise till question number 18. So we are starting with our question number 19. Question number 19 is a figure consists of semicircle with a rectangle on its diameter. It is the figure given to you in your book, that a rectangle is there on which a semicircle is placed, and one of the sides of rectangle is on the diameter of semicircle, and it is given to you that this length is r, this is also r, so this total becomes 2r. This length is x, and this perimeter of the semicircle is pi r. Okay. Now, given the perimeter of the figure, find its dimension in order that the area may be maximum. Means what they are saying? They are saying that if this type of figure is given to you and they are given the perimeter of this figure, then we have to find the values of x and r so that the area will be maximum. So, first of all, what will be the perimeter of this figure? Perimeter of figure is equal to, first of all, this length x plus then this length 2r plus this length x plus this length, that is pi r. So this total becomes, our p is equal to 2x plus 2r plus pi r. But they are saying that this perimeter is given to you, then we can assume that this perimeter is some constant k for us. So therefore 2x plus 2r plus pi r is equal to k. Okay. Now from here we can find the value of x. So our x will be k minus 2r minus pi r by 2, or this can be written as k minus r will be common, 2 plus pi by 2. Okay, this is value of x. Now we have to find the area of this figure. So area A of this figure, area will be, first of all, of rectangle, that, or first of all circle is pi r square, but it is a semicircle, so it will be half of that, that means pi r square by 2 plus, now of rectangle is length into breadth. Here we can put the value of x. So our area A will be pi r square by 2 plus 2r, and our x is k minus r 2 plus pi all divided by 2. These two can cancel this. So we get our A as pi r square by 2 plus kr minus r square into 2 plus pi. Okay, now our area is in one variable, so we can differentiate it. So its differentiation will be dA by dr, that will be 2 pi r by 2, of r square will be 2r plus of kr will be k minus it will be 2r into 2 plus pi. Okay, it will be our differentiation. This 2 cancel this, so it is equal to pi r plus k minus 4r minus 2 pi r, that is equal to k minus 4r minus pi r. From here we can find the value of r first. And how we will find that? First of all, we have to put our dA by dx as 0, means for extreme values our first derivative is 0, so therefore 0 is equal to k minus 4r minus pi r. From here we can take r common, so I will get r taking common 4 plus pi equal to k, and r is equal to k by 4 plus. Okay, first of all we have found the value of r. Now we'll check that whether at this value of r that we have found out, r equal to k by 4 plus pi, whether our area will be maximum or not. So I will do that. First of all we have to do double derivative. Okay, now double derivative means d square a by dx square dr square, that will be d by dr of our first derivative. And what was our first derivative? Our first derivative was equal to pi r, k minus 4r minus pi r, that was k minus 4r minus pi r. Okay, so its differentiation will be, k is a constant, it will be 0 minus of 4r will be 4 minus pi, that means minus 4 minus pi, that is negative. Negative means less than 0, and we have a point of maximum here. Therefore that r equal to k by 4 plus pi, we will have point of maximum, means our area will be maximum. Okay, now using the value of r we can find the value of x, and the relation which we had between x and r was x is equal to k minus r into 2 plus pi by 2, so that x was k minus r by 2 plus pi whole divided by 2. Here we can just put the value of r, so x will be k minus, value of r was k by 4 plus pi into 2 plus pi whole divided by 2. First of all we will take LCM in our numerator, that will be 4 plus pi, it will be 4k plus k pi minus 2k minus k pi whole divided by 2. This will cancel this, so we are going to get x equal to 2k by 2 into 4 plus 2 will cancel 2, so we get k by 4 plus pi, means the value of x and r is same. Okay, so radius of semicircle, radius of semicircle r is equal to k by 4 plus pi. Okay, now breadth of rectangle, that is x is equal to k by 4 plus pi. And now at last length of rectangle, that is 2r, that is equal to 2k by 4 plus pi. Okay, so we have found out the all of our dimensions for which the area will be maximum. Now our 20th question is very easy. You can try and alone. If still you have any problem, then you may ask. Now our question number 21. It is a typical question. It says that the cost of fueling for running a bus is proportional to the square of speed generated in kilometer per hour. Okay. So first of all, we can assume in this question, it's our question number 21. Question number 21. First we can say that V is the speed of bus. Okay. S is the distance traveled. Further, the question says it costs rupees 48 per hour when the bus is moving at the rate of 20 km per hour. Okay. So it says that 48 is proportional to 20 km per hour. Okay, this is our speed. So if you remove proportionality sign, we get 48 is equal to k into 20. Sorry, it's square, because they are telling that the cost of fueling for running a bus is proportional to the square of speed generated. It is the speed. Okay, generated its square. And what will be the general term? General will be, first of all, we can assume cost. That cost will be equal to k into v square. Okay, similarly here, from here we can get the value of k. So k will be equal to 48 by 400. It will be 100 by 12, 3 by 25. It will be 3 by 25. So we get from here that value of value of k will be 3 by 25. Okay, so we get 48 is equal to, or cost equal to k, value of k is 3 by 25 into v square. Understood till here? We have found the value of k till now. Now we have to find the most economical speed if the fixed charges are rupees this for an hour over and above the running charges. Means fixed charges are rupees 108 per hour for an hour, for 1 hour. Okay, so these are the fixed charges, and the cost of fueling, that charges are separate. These are fixed, these will be for sure, and that the other which we have discussed earlier will depend on the distance traveled. Okay, so what will be the total cost? total cost will be equal to 3 by 25 v square. Okay, that is not fixed, that depends on the speed, plus 108, that is fixed, that will be for sure, into time. Okay, that for how much time the bus is running, accordingly the charges will move on. And what is time? Time is distance by speed, so this we can write as 3 by 25 v square plus 108 into distance. What was our distance? Distance was s, and what was our speed? Speed was v. That will be our total cost. We can say that. See. Okay. So now this I can write as 3 by 25v plus 108 by v into s. Okay, so now I have my variable only one variable, so I can differentiate my cost. So tc by dv, that will be 3 by 25 minus 108 by v square, or 1 by v is minus 1 by v square into s. Okay, for extreme values, what we have to do, we have to put our first derivative as 0, so we will get 0 is equal to 3 by 25 minus 108 by v square into s. So that means 3 by 25 will be equal to 108 by v square. Okay, so from here we can find the value of v. From here v square will be equal to, after cross multiplication, v square will be equal to 108 into 25 by 3. This will be 36. Okay, so from here v will be under the root 36 into 25, so that will be 6 into 6, and 25 will be 5 into 5, so that will be 6 into 5 outside the root, that is 30. Means value of v will be 30 kilometer per hour. Means that will be the most economical speed at which that our most economical means our cost will be minimum. Okay, but first we have to check that whether at value v equal to this we will have this or not. So what we have to do, we have to do double derivative. Double derivative means d square c by d v square. That will be differentiation of this. It is a constant, so its differentiation will be 0, and of this 108 will be same, and differentiation of minus 1 by v square will be 2 by v cube. So it will be somewhat like that, 0 plus 2 into 108 by v cube, this into s. S is distance, that cannot be negative, and v is also our positive, or we can say at v equal to 30, d c by d v square will be 216 by cube of 30 will be 27000 into s. That means it is positive. Positive means it is greater than 0, and if it is greater than 0 means that we have point of minimum here, means our cost will be minimum if the bus will keep on moving at speed of 30 km per hour. Okay, it was very easy question. Now after understanding just some basic knowledge it required. Okay, now our question number 22. What is our question number 22? This says a cylinder is closed at both ends. A cylinder is closed at both ends. Its volume is 10 cubic inches. Okay, so in this question number 22, 22nd question. First of all, we have a cylinder. Okay, and we can assume that this is r radius of cylinder and h is h is the height of cylinder. Okay, its volume is given, and what is the formula, general formula for volume of cylinder? That is v is equal to pi r square h. So pi r square h is given to us as 10 cubic inches. Okay, find the base radius when total external surface is, means we have to find the value of r for the total external surface area, means total surface area of cylinder is minimum. Okay, so from here we get that h is equal to 10 by pi r square. This value will use in further in our question. So what is total surface area of cylinder? Total surface area of cylinder is equal to, it is pi r square h, 2 pi r into r plus h. So this can be written as 2 pi r square plus pi r h, 2 pi r h. Okay, 2 pi r h is the curved surface area of cylinder, and pi r square is the surface area of each circle that is at its ends. Okay, so it will be total this. Now it should be minimum, so we can say that it is our s. Now here we can put the value of h, so we will get our s equal to 2 pi r square as it is plus 2 pi r into 10 by pi r square. Pi will cancel pi, even r will cancel r. So you get our s as 2 pi r square plus 20 by r. Now we will do its differentiation, and what will be its differentiation? Differentiation will be ds by dr. Why dr we have written? Because our variable is r here. So it will be 4 by r minus 20 by r square. Okay, now for extreme values we have to put our first derivative as 0, means this is equal to 0. Okay, so 4 pi r square is equal to 4 pi r is equal to 20 by r square. Okay, so 4 pi r cube is equal to 20 and pi r cube is equal to 5. So value of r will be 5 by pi whole raised to power 1 by 3. Okay, we have found the value of r, but we have to still check that whether at r equal to 5 by pi whole raised to power 1 by 3 the total surface area of cylinder will be minimum or not. Okay, so for that we have to do double derivative. Double derivative means d square s by dr square. That will be differentiation of this. Okay, and it will be 4 pi plus 40 by r cube. I hope you understand why I have written 40 by r cube and this positive sign, because 20 will be as it is and differentiation of 1 minus 1 by r square will be 2 by r cube. So 2 into 20 will be 40. Okay, now 4 pi plus 40 by r cube. Now if we put the value of r as 5 by pi all raised to power 1 by 3, I will get 4 pi plus 40 by r cube value will be 5 by pi. That will be 4 pi plus 8 pi. It will be 8 into pi. So it will be 12 pi. 12 pi means positive. Positive means greater than 0. Therefore we have a point of minima here. Therefore at r equal to 5 by pi raised to power 1 by 3, the total surface area of our cylinder, this cylinder will be minimum and its volume will be 10 cubic inches. Okay, so for today it is all. Now I hope that you are able to solve this exercise. So we have solved 22 questions. The left 13-14 questions you can try on your own. Okay, and if you will have any problem you can ask through WhatsApp. Next we will start our the last exercise of this chapter, that is approximation, exercise 8.7, and we will try to complete this chapter by this week. Okay, thank you.